guys, welcome back to Chimenia Present Accept the Blues, and in this episode I have Shruti Azad aka Fandom Newbie. She runs a beautiful channel called Fandom Newbie and Shruti Azad. So without any further ado, let's get to the video. Ta-da. Hello Shruti, how are
Yeah.
you? Thank you so much for being on Accept the Blues. It means a lot.
Thank you so much, Ruchi. It's
Okay,
great to be here.
thank you. So would you like to introduce yourself for the viewers who are watching?
Sure. My name is Shruti and I am a booktuber. I'm based out of Singapore, but I'm from Mumbai. And yeah, I've been a YouTuber since 2016 on and off. But I recently, I started doing it consistently. It's been about a year since I'm doing it like properly consistently. But otherwise, I've been a YouTuber since 2016.
Because I think आपने ये बात छेड़ दी because I think I watched your videos. मैं ऐसे ही scroll out कर रही थी. There was one video 10 years back. I, I was,
Yes.
I was like,
Okay, so yeah, so actually I'd always wanted to make a YouTube channel since I think like 2008. I think I've been wanting to make a YouTube channel. And I think the video you saw was, I think I did it in 2010 or 2011, aisa kuch. It was
हाँ,
like I was still in college that time. And college ke like summer vacations chal rahe the, and I had nothing to do, so I filmed that video which you saw. I think it's still there on my channel. And actually in that summer vacation I filmed quite a few other videos also, which I uploaded, all which I have deleted now because they were so bad.
that
So
was like I was just scrolling and there was 5 years. I was like, okay, acceptable. 10 years, internet भी नहीं था यार. Oh my.
so that video I remember I made it. I had like this one chotu pata nahi kaun sa camera tha. It was really like a very small camera which I used. And I edited it using Windows Movie Maker, like the first ever I think editing software which was there on like Windows 2007 or 2008. I don't know, like that really old computer. And that was like my very first video which I had made, because I always wanted to do this. I always wanted to make videos.
Oh. So, but अगर आप उस time start करते, then you might be on somewhere else today because उस time तो
I know.
so like what was
But then
I mean, I just wanted to ask this question. What was the reason of this like 10 years, then 5 years, and now you're regular? I was saying, and what was the reason? Like, pele 10 years, then 5 years, and now you're consistent. Like, what are the reason for these inconsistencies?
acha. Okay, so in 2008, basically, that time YouTube was very, very small. I think it was just growing even in the US. It was not like a thing in India to have a YouTube channel. But I used to watch like, okay, so at that time, 2007, 2008, May, there was this like huge community of Harry Potter YouTubers on YouTube.
Oh,
So they were like dedicated people who used to make Harry Potter videos. They used to make songs about Harry Potter, and they used to put them like music videos on YouTube. It was like this huge Harry Potter fan thing. And I mean, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge Harry Potter
what I
fan. So I was really into that. So looking at that, I always wanted to make videos. So I started making videos in 2010, yeah, 11. And I made, like I said, a few videos, but then I mean, either nobody was watching them, or like, I mean, I just wasn't into it, because like firstly I was still in college, so college ka there was a lot of pressure. Then I had to go do my masters, so I didn't get the time also. Plus I was not getting any response. Like I used to get 10 views on my videos, if at all. And that also mostly it was me and my family who was watching. So I didn't really get the enthusiasm to do it because of that. So that's when I stopped. So I was saying, so then because of that, I wasn't very enthusiastic. But then I always wanted to do this, like I always wanted to do YouTube, and I wanted to make YouTube videos. So then later on, I did my master's. I actually got a job. I did all of that. But I still felt like something was missing in whatever I was doing, like my job and everything. Like I wasn't really happy with what I was doing. And at that point in time, I just thought that, like if I really wanted to take a risk and change my career, then I had to do it now. And this was around 2016, around that time. So I just basically I just told myself that if I really want to be happy with my career choice, I need to take a risk and change careers. And that point in time, it seemed like a good enough like time for me to do it, like, personal life wise, everything. Like it just seemed like the right time for me to take that risk. So I quit my job, and then in 2016 I started um like Fandom Newbie. I think Fandom Newbie, I think I started in 2015 or 2016 as I coach. And I started doing Fandom Newbie. And I did it like for quite a while, but at that time, even then, like BookTube wasn't a thing in India. Like I think there were very few, maybe just two other people who were doing BookTube at that time. One of them was Indian booktuber Manpreet,
Yeah.
who was doing BookTube at that time. There were hardly any people who were
I think
doing any like book.
Helly was also doing it, I guess.
Yeah. So she was probably the other one who was
Ah.
doing BookTube at that time. There was hardly anyone, and it was not monetizable at all to do BookTube. Like, I mean, even now I would say that it's difficult to monetize BookTube in terms of like the other YouTube other niches that are there. But at that time, the kuch bhi, like there was nothing. So then I also decided to do another channel, which was, I called it Tickle Me Pink. So that was my lifestyle, travel, and fashion channel, which I did.
It's called Shruti.
So
with your name, the channel.
Now I've called it Shruti Azad, yeah, but I had called it Tickle Me Pink at that time. And that channel actually grew and it did really well for me. So then I was doing like both. I was doing Fandom Newbie, I was doing Tickle Me Pink. At one point, like I stopped doing Fandom Newbie because Tickle Me Pink was taking too much of my time. So I was trying to juggle both channels, and I was doing both, and it was doing well. But then my husband and I had to shift to Singapore. And that actually kind of derailed my entire plan because like it was, firstly, the move was very difficult, like for me, just in terms of like having to shift to a new country. I had to basically, like, my career had to take a little bit of a backseat because in Singapore it's difficult to freelance as a foreigner. So like it's not allowed by the law. So I couldn't really do YouTube because YouTube may you only get it through freelancing. You get money by brand deals, which is considered freelancing.
Yeah.
So because of that, I had to get a job over here. Like if I had to make money, like I couldn't make money through YouTube. So then when I took up a job, I didn't have time because my job was super demanding. I worked in an advertising agency. So it was like crazy work hours, like crazy agency life. So I just didn't have time to do YouTube until like finally, like last year during the lockdown, when I finally seemed to have some time to do something is when, and I also actually started reading a lot more during the lockdown. So then I revived my channel again because I read like some 3 books like back to back, and I really wanted to talk about it to someone. So I thought, chalo, let's just make a video and see what happens. So that's when I came back last year. And yeah, since then I've just been somehow doing it consistently.
On both the channels?
No, just Fandom Newbie. Because maintaining 2 channels is a bit difficult.
But I've seen few videos on that channel as well.
Yeah, so I want to do some videos on that channel, but for now Fandom Newbie is taking up like most of my time. So I'm just sticking to one for now. And then maybe I'll make some videos there as well.
You have a great story, man. I was like, oh, shit, a lot of things happened. Like,
yes.
It could be a movie. Like it's like, inside of a break and then again a start and then a break. So
Yeah.
you were a reader from a very long time. आप बचपन से books पढ़ते थे?
Yes, I think since I was 7 or 8 years old, I've been reading books. So yeah,
You-
for now, yeah, like my whole life, I like since, because even when I was like 2, 3 years old, I said my mom used to read books to me. Like she used to read me storybooks and she used to read me like fairy tales and all that. So since I was a baby, matlab, books have been a part of my life.
I can see that.
Yeah, yeah.
I, so do you remember the first book you read?
No, I was probably 7.
Okay, the first book you
I can't.
remember, that the favorite book which you could
Okay.
remember, Harry Potter, I guess.
Huh. No, no, no. The first book I remember reading, which I loved, absolutely loved, was Witches by Roald Dahl.
Oh, I don't know about
It's
this.
it's a very, very good book. Like one of the best children's books, I would say. Witches by Roald Dahl. It is really, really good. It's about like this young boy who lives with his grandmother, and like his grandmother basically warns him about these actual like witches in real life who like hide themselves and then they kind of hunt like children, and then he gets caught up with all these witches and they turn him into a mouse and like many things happen. But it's like it's really crazy and it's very, very imaginative, but it's a really, really good book. That's the first book I remember really, really loving. Like that was one of my favorite books when I was a child.
Okay.
Harry
So,
Potter actually came much later.
oh, okay. I mean, like for me, the youngest book I read was Harry Potter, so I thought like maybe kind of.
Yeah, I think for most people it's Harry Potter.
Yeah, it's love. You know, when you watch movie, आपको लगता है यार ये कैसे बहुत चीजें हैं अभी. You have missed all of the things in the movie, but obviously that
Exactly.
they can't put all the things. Okay, so as a booktuber,
Yeah.
the ideation of content is different from other people. Like we have to
Yeah.
study, we have to read more so that we can recommend books or talk about that. And how do you plan
Yeah.
your a single video? How do you plan your videos?
That's a very good question. So, how I plan my schedule is that, so like you said, I think the biggest task of BookTube is actually reading books because, like, without reading books, you just cannot make a video, you cannot do anything.
It's like
So, how I,
you know
yeah,
when you
sorry, you were saying?
first we read books for a hobby and then it's like okay now we have to
Yeah,
read book. Like it's not up to us. यार आज मन नहीं कर रहा तो
exactly.
please
Exactly.
go ahead.
Yeah. So, okay. So how I plan is basically I see what my audience is asking for. So a lot of them keep on asking for books for beginners. Some of them have asked for books for teenagers, mystery books, romance books, all that. So those are categories I know that my audience wants, and they like recommendations for that. So based on just those categories, then I look up books which I think I will personally like within that genre. And I research books like, within that genre, which I think are nice. And then I will uh, basically plan out like literally a calendar of like when I have to read what book in order to make that video on that particular day. And sometimes I read a book and I hate that book, so I can't put it in the recommendations. And then I have to rethink what I want to do. But like I basically plan out kind of like a reading calendar of like which books I have to read when, so that I can make a particular video on a particular day. That's how I kind of structure my video schedule. And
Talk.
then in between I put like reading vlogs and I put
Uh,
tag videos and things which don't require me to read new books, because it's humanly impossible just to keep reading and
and
like
maintain
recommending new
consistency.
books. Yeah, exactly.
So do you like what kind of book do you like? Do you like thriller? Like what's your personal favorite genre of book?
My absolute favorite genre is fantasy. Like I love fantasy the most. Like if you see my bookshelf, I would say like 40% of my bookshelf is fantasy books. Like just fantasy.
So do you
And
have
then
a
the
room of
remaining,
books?
So this is right now in our house. This is like kind of like my office, my home office, where like abhi to work from home hai. So and it's been like that for a long time. So this is kind of like my office. Plus, this is where I film my videos also because the bookshelf is here, and it is a storeroom. So if I turn this camera around, you will just see like boxes in this room because it's just like lockdown may this has just become like an extra storeroom. Otherwise this is also like the our like second room jahan pe if we have guests, people come and like they stay here in this room, but right now it is like everything sab kuch hota hai in this room.
Okay. So like what kind of books do you like? Like do you like hardcover, Kindle, audiobooks? Do you prefer those books? I mean those kind of reading?
I like I like paperbacks the most because they're just easier to hold,
Or
and I mean hardcover is nice to look at and it's nice to keep, but like sometimes I just like to like bend books. I like to
ah,
it's easier to hold a paperback, I feel. But of late I have fallen in love with audiobooks. Like I really really enjoy audiobooks a lot because it helps you read faster also, I feel, especially if you listen to audiobooks at like 1.5 1.6 speed. It just makes it very fast to read books. So I love audiobooks, like well narrated audiobooks I really enjoy.
that's it. So fashion is a part of your content and I think you also like that. And what's your take on fashion? Like
Yeah. um I think that like fashion is something that's very very personal, and like I mean in terms of content, the kind of fashion that I like to consume is fashion that I will never wear. Like personally, like I like to consume people who really do like wacky things with fashion, or who try like like various trends that I will never personally wear, but I just like to see it on other people. Because like for me I feel like even makeup, in that sense, like beauty and fashion, I like to see people express their creativity through these like through these trends, rather than like something that like helps me in because like I personally don't do a lot of makeup, or I will never do that much makeup. And even like clothes wise, I'm more about like comfort and being like fashionable rather than doing something like over the top. So when I watch, I like to see over the top things because I find it very creative the way people make content.
okay. So as you live in Singapore, then reading
Mm.
culture in India and reading culture in Singapore, what's the difference? Like do you find same people read there too? I think people
I
more
actually
read there.
find No, I actually find people read very less over here in Singapore. Like it's not a huge, like I mean, okay, this is just based on like whatever little bit I know. Reading culture as such is like not as like it's not cultivated so much in Singapore. Like at least all of my friends who I have over here, nobody really reads that much. And yeah, like in a sense it's kind of similar, because even in India I feel like maybe now things have changed, but when I was growing up, like I mean apart from me and like maybe three of my other friends, nobody used to read even in school. Like I mean we there were probably four of us who used to love reading books, and we used to talk about books and all, but then none of my other classmates read books like for fun. I say they would just read for school and all that.
Yeah, it's still same. I think थोड़ा बहुत improve हो गया because of a lot of YouTube channels and people just, and I think lockdown helps a lot. Made a lot
Yeah,
of people a reader. I think
yeah,
like again they have got into reading. You also write,
yeah.
I guess. You also write.
A little bit. I used to love writing. So like even when I was like young, I used to write like stories, and I used to write like these short books of like, they just like mystery stories and all I used to write when I was younger. I've stopped doing that actually of like the last, I think, 2 3 years I've stopped doing that. But yeah, for a very long time I used to just write for myself. Like I used to write my own stories, I used to write my own thoughts. I used to like keep a diary where I would write. But yeah, actually I should get into that habit again because I haven't done it in a long time.
So, talking about as you're a reader, so how does reading help you in personal life? Like, what changes did reading brought in your life?
The biggest thing it has done for me of late is it is like my biggest stress buster. Like it is the best thing, like when I am anxious or when I'm stressed out about like everything that's happening in the world, like just like picking up a book and reading and entering that world just makes me forget about everything. And like it is the best way to just like reduce my anxiety and make me feel good. So I
Ah,
think that is the best thing that reading has done for me, like apart from anything else, apart from just like even like improving my vocabulary, improving my like communication, writing, like all of that too, it's done throughout my life. But like I think the biggest impact it has done is just like how it makes me feel, and it just makes me feel so calm and good.
yeah, that's true. And does writing also help?
It used to, especially when I was like in college and when I was in school, like a teenager, it used to help like write down all my thoughts and like all those like really angsty teenage thoughts which I used to have. It used to be like therapeutic to do that. But yeah, I lost it somewhere along the way, and I should actually get it back.
So, as a content creator, you have tried on different niches. So, do you think it's very important for a person to have a niche to get into YouTube or content creation?
Uh, what do you mean? Like have like a specific niche
Yeah, yeah.
or
A specific,
I think sorry.
a specific niche.
Uh, I think it is. I think it is necessary. Like you can start by experimenting different things that you like. So it could be multiple things that you like to do. You could start with that, but having a focus to your channel definitely does help,
Oh,
because that's where I feel like you will connect with your audience. And like your audience will also connect with you based on that. So like I mean like with books, so like my audience knows that if they come to my channel they will get book content. So I feel like it helps having something that your audience can identify you with.
okay, this is the thing.
uh,
So, talking about your other channel, so do you have any
yeah.
future plans for both the channels?
As of now, I'm basically I'm focusing on Fandom Newbie more. Also because like I see that as a community it's growing, and it's like it's doing really well in terms of just the engagements that I'm getting, and I'm really enjoying interacting with everyone who watches my videos. And it's very heartening to see that. So I feel like putting more efforts for that community which is growing, and like making better videos, making like like quality content for that community. um so I feel like I will for the foreseeable future I will focus more on Fandom Newbie. But maybe once like if I get more time, I can start like planning something for that channel as well, because there are a lot of things that I want to talk about. And who knows, maybe in the future I can merge that into Fandom Newbie, because like I don't know, it could
Uh,
go either ways. Like basically the content that I want to make on that channel I could just bring it on Fandom Newbie and do it there. So that also is a possibility, but
so,
for
what is
now
it?
I think my focus is Fandom Newbie.
I'm sorry, I just clicked. What is the reason behind the name Fandom UV? That's
At some point I feel like I'll have to change that name also because it was so stupid why I kept it this name. So this was in like 2010 like or 2008, I don't know, when I joined YouTube for the first time. 10 or 2010 or 11, something like that. But basically like I said, there were all these Harry Potter videos that everyone was doing, and it was the Harry Potter fandom. Like it was called, like everyone was saying like, oh, like we're the Harry Potter fandom, we're the Harry Potter fandom. So I made the name Fandom Newbie because I was new to the Harry Potter fandom online.
Such
so,
a deep meaning.
so I was a fandom newbie.
Oh God, please don't change the name. It has a lot of. Then what was?
But it's
I'm just curious. Then what was the reason for the second YouTube channel name?
Tickle Me Pink. Oh, that one. Okay, so you know the Crayola crayons?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like so they had like when I was younger, I had this huge box of Crayola crayons, and every crayon had like a different name. So the pink color, which I loved the most, which actually like I changed it now, but my icon was that color. It was like this baby pink color. That the name of that color was Tickle Me Pink, like that crayon ka color, which, and I used to love that color when I was like younger, and I loved that term also. So that's why I named it Tickle Me Pink.
You give great names. I mean, really, it's super cool. I never thought because I asked people like I recently I think my first podcast was with Read Travel Become, and he said like this is
Yeah.
I like reading, I like travel, and then you become. I'm like okay, and then now this different like oh, I'm just like fandom movie. There's a lot. Please don't change the name ever.
But it's just like every time someone asks me why have you named it, I feel like, Arey yaar, it's a very embarrassing story, I feel.
Okay, that's great. So, like, would you like to suggest some books for the viewers? Any five books of your favorites, or maybe everyone
uh,
should read, kind of.
5 books. Okay, wait. Let me see my shelf. Okay. I can take from my shelf actually, maybe 1 minute. Okay, first two. I think everyone knows this, that I love this book a lot, which is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. It's my favorite book. And I think if you want to fall in love with fantasy, definitely this book. Second book is Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I love this book also. It is about like this fictional band that was there in the US in the 1970s, and it's really good. Like listen to the audiobook for this. It's very nice.
Daisy Jones.
um Daisy Jones and the Six.
Okay.
Next one, this one I read recently, The Song of Achilles by Madeline Miller. This also is really good. This is the story of Troy. So if you watch that movie Troy by with Brad Pitt,
Oh,
that movie, so it's the same story. It's the same story of Helen of Troy and how she gets kidnapped and all that, but like through the point of view of Achilles and Patroclus, like two other characters. So it's really nice. It's a very nice love story. That, and two more if I have to. uh okay, I'll choose one thriller. This one also I've recommended a lot. Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson. This is a very nice young adult thriller mystery novel. It's a series. There are 3 books in this series. So it's really nice. And it's like good for like teenagers. It's good for beginners also. It's not very difficult to read. So really good. And last one, also I've mentioned a lot on my channel, is A Thousand Splendid Suns by
oh,
Khalid Hosseini. This one also I
the book
absolutely love.
which make people cry.
Yes, and it made me cry also. I have a reading vlog in which like you can see
Yeah,
that
I
I'm
have seen
crying.
that because
So yeah,
while I was
this.
like, there was time when you feel like there was this book now, Fault in Our Stars, and then people say that
Yes.
we cry a lot, and then I'm like, there's one more book, read that, you'll cry more. So
Exactly.
that literally they
So,
make you feel like okay, I'm living the life. I literally feel bad for the character.
I know, seriously.
Do
It's
you
like
read?
heartbreaking.
So do you read non-fiction books?
Very few. I think I read memoirs. So those are the only
Ah,
non-fiction books that I like. like autobiographies.
Yeah, I
So I
think
prefer those in nonfiction. I prefer those than self-help books in nonfiction.
okay.
Self-help books I don't like so much because the ones I've tried reading, I have felt that they are too preachy. Like I don't like books that are preachy. Like I don't like books that like make me feel like they're forcing a lesson down my throat. Like I don't know, I can't explain it. But
Yeah.
uh like the one it's kind of self-help which I really liked was Atomic Habits,
Uh,
because the way the author explained everything made a lot of sense, and he gave a lot of practical examples, and like it just made like it was things which were not so abstract, and it was easy to implement in your life. So I really liked that book, Atomic Habits. But other self-help books I've not really, like, I don't know, I don't enjoy them so much.
I just feel like you're so interested in fantasies, living in different worlds. I don't know. I just feel by your bookshelf also I can say that like literally
Yeah.
the colors of the book you have chosen, like oh my god, just like the imagination. I don't want
Yeah,
to live in this real world.
exactly. Same. I'm exactly like that.
I've recently started reading fantasy. I don't used to read much fantasies. I think I've read I haven't read any. So I think I'm gonna get a lot of recommendation after this. Maybe yeah.
Sorry, you froze for a minute.
Yeah, it's okay. So sorry, I was asking that okay, fantasies you love, like top, the best memoir you like. Do you read Unfinished by Priyanka Chopra?
Yes, I read Unfinished. I didn't like it that much. Like it was entertaining,
Yeah,
but I felt like it didn't offer me things which I didn't know. Like, I mean, I felt like mostly everything I knew about her, whatever I was reading. Like I liked the parts about her childhood,
yeah,
like when she said how she was in US, and like all that, just the closeness of her family. I
yeah.
really liked all of that. But then after that, I don't know, I was a bit underwhelmed by that
The
one.
best part
Uh
of the book,
the
one of the best part I like is, when she talked about that monkey slapped her.
yeah.
If you have read
Yeah.
the best thing,
Yeah, it was funny. I
because
mean, like, and she has a sense of humor, so
yeah,
it was funny. But I just felt like in terms of learning more about her, I felt like I didn't learn as much. But it was entertaining. Like I gave it 3 stars, 3 or 3.5 stars. So it's not like I hated it.
it was like
Like,
okay, like
so
because I didn't know much about
huh,
her, so maybe for me that was different. But I think if you knew about her,
yeah,
then like yaar pata hai.
yeah,
Because there are a lot of things I didn't
huh.
know about Priyanka Chopra, like genuinely, like about her father. I know
Acha,
her father, but I didn't know that that was the ward she went on. For
huh, huh, huh.
like for 20 years,
Yeah,
for 20 years old, it was like great. Okay, so I want to ask this
yeah,
question. The book you just now suggested, the truly delicious. Yeah.
huh,
So is it also
yeah.
for me? Like everyone can read?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like, okay, so this book is, firstly, it's young adult. So it is like, I mean, it's meant for teenagers. So the protagonist is also like, she's, I think, yeah, 17, 16, 17 or something in this book. Um Beginners can also read this. I think it's not like super simple language, but it is not like ultra high fundu language. Like if you read Thousand Splendid Suns, this is
Yeah.
easy. Like you'll be able to read this. It's like similar level that way.
So do you like
So
do you
yeah,
like humor in
this
the
is,
book? Like do you enjoy humor in the book?
yes, absolutely. Like in any book, I feel like humor is necessary. Like, even in like the most serious books, like there should be parts which make you smile. Like there are very few books that actually make me like laugh, like ha 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 laugh, like aisa. But yeah, I feel every book should at least have something which is like a bit witty, because I like that in books.
Great. So I think thank you so much for being here. It means a lot. It was great talking to you. I think I
Thank
didn't
you.
laughed a lot. because वो जो 10 साल पुरानी वाली वीडियो थी ना, I was like, bro, that is something.
अरे
When I was searching for you and I saw that 10 years, I mean, literally she's doing YouTube for 10 years. I'm like, and again, and after hearing this backstory, I'm like, again, like, oh my God. And I even didn't know that you were married. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Frankly speaking, you don't look like that you're married.
Yeah, I'm actually very old. Many people can't believe what my age is, but
Okay.
I'm quite old.
Can I ask your age? Because you just look like maybe
I'm
25 or 26.
I'm 31. I'll be 32 this year.
Okay, but
So
when you were my age, you started your YouTube channel, 20 years. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
oh my God. That is awesome. Like उस time पे कोई YouTube के
Yeah,
बारे में सोचता भी नहीं था and you have started. Oh my God.
exactly.
Like one person to chill
Yeah.
out with. Like I really want to visit Singapore someday and I hope to meet you.
Yes. Yes.
I
When you come here, let me know. We can chill.
of course, but this lockdown. So what's your
I
take
know,
on
man.
lockdown and
Seriously.
how's everything there in Singapore? How are things there?
Things are just starting to get bad. So we are already in like all like partial lockdown, like in the sense that shops and all are still open, but restaurants, eateries, everything have shut, and you can only go out in groups of two. So like only two people can go out, I say. Like you can't meet people outside and like all that.
So do
So
you,
but I feel like pretty soon we're going to go into proper lockdown because cases are increasing here also.
so it's been how many years you are in Singapore?
4 years almost.
So do you like India or you are enjoying Singapore?
I like Singapore a lot, but obviously I miss home. Like now, though I've not been home in more than a year. Like I think last time I was home was Diwali 2019.
Oh,
So it's like been
2 3 years.
it's like almost one and no, yeah, close to now. It'll be 2 years in October. It'll be 2 years that, and I don't think I'll be able to come to India before October. So
Yeah.
I think this is the longest that I have not visited home. So I miss it a lot. But it's nice living in Singapore. It's a very nice country.
Yeah, it's like even if I see your pictures, I'm very jealous. I'm like, oh my God, that's so nice.
Yeah,
So at least for pictures out of India, everywhere you
yeah.
go, like cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's nice. It's a very, very convenient place to live.
And even your reading vlogs, where do you find these places to sit and read?
So that place is my favorite place in Singapore. That exact place where I've shot it is my favorite place to just go and sit in Singapore. So
Oh,
that and then there's one other place where I like to sit, which is
you
like
go there
very
and
nice.
read.
So yeah, I go there for walks, sit, chill, read. Or sometimes I just listen to an audiobook. Like when I'm walking over there, then I sit and I listen to my audiobook. So
Wow.
it's
So
it's nice.
so did you have fun here?
Yeah, this was nice. So how long have you been doing this like podcast?
It's been, I think, on 24th April I've started. My first podcast is out.
Oh,
Like I've not
okay.
shot much. This is my 10th episode, I guess. I'm searching
Oh, wow.
if possible. Like there are
Nice,
people who you
nice.
can connect to, and the first preference would be the
Yeah.
people I watch, and you're one of the YouTube channel I
Yeah.
watch. So I asked,
Thank
I
you.
didn't, and I think
Thank you.
someone suggested me also. I don't know, maybe she had Ronak or someone suggested me about your YouTube channel also. I'd call her, she'll be very nice and you'll have a great podcast. And yeah, that
Yeah.
happened. It's one of the best episode I could have. So, and I think I
Thank
got a
you.
friend as well.
Yes, definitely.
So thank you
For
so much.
sure.
Thank you so
Actually,
much. For,
this is what I love. This is what I love about the bookish community also. I feel like all of us are just like we're very open and nice people. Everyone who I've also spoken to in
They're
like
very
the book
supportive.
community. They're very
That's
nice.
good.
Yeah, very supportive.
Like obviously, I think the right now the biggest booktuber is Helly, I guess. She has actually transformed a bit
Yeah,
of her content, but the amount of videos she made
correct.
on books, I don't think is
Yeah.
even at that point. Now,
Exactly.
like you can
She
see,
is to another level only.
like,
Like she has surpassed everyone.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Sorry, just a second. Yeah, so thank you so much for being here. It means a lot, and it was great talking to you.
Thank you.
I
Thank you
hope
so much for having me.
I hope to have you another day, someday more for
Yes,
other podcasts.
definitely. Thank you so much. This was a lot of fun.
That's it, guys, for this video. I had a beautiful conversation with her and I laughed so much because she has so many amazing stories. So I hope कि आपको ये पसंद आया, and if you like it then do hit the like button. Also comment down below who else you wanna see on this channel. Till then, subscribe to my channel, press the bell icon, and have a great life.